It has a black frame and it has a glass Euro brace on top. So this is an Evap cover that we can do for any of our lids. And he wanted to do an engraving. If you do have cats, these can hold, pressing pretty hard here, these can hold up to 100 pounds. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. This is Tyler with Top Lids, and I'm excited today because I've actually never seen a plain aquarium Mega Matrix in person, but here she is. This is the 240, and we have I say that every project is special for lids that we do, but this one is a really special one that I'm excited to show you. This specific tank, it has a black frame and it has a glass Euro brace on top, so it's kind of a little bit unique, I guess, in that way. And the lids that we do, they will rest on this lower lip here. So you kind of have the upper part of the frame and the lower lip here. So if you have a tank that looks like this from Planet Aquarium, this is, exactly what they'll look like. And I have one on over here, right? We're not going to leave this open. We'll have another one there in a moment. But this was kind of the special one. So this is the middle lid. This client wanted to do an evaporation cover. So this is an Evap cover that we can do for any of our lids. And he wanted to do an engraving. So this client, will talk about it sort of a little bit at the end of this video and in the future, but he has a business in the hobby. He has a reefing business, and he does a lot of food and things like that. It's called Tier 1 Reefing. So we did a removable Evap cover like this that has his logo on it. Pretty sick. So we just engrave these on the lid. If you guys have any logos or text that you want to put on the lid, this is usually the best way to do it. It's also cool because if you don't want to see this on top, if you have company coming over and you just want to show the nice screen lid up here, you can always just take this off, and that it's a perfect lid just like that. And then if you ever want to stop the Evap again or see the engraving, then you can put it on just like this. You put it on. This is where the lid rests, is this tab right here. So this haze tab here and this haze tab here, that's what's going to sit on this part of the lid in this case. So this frame and then that frame back there, I'll show you. So I'm looking to rest this tab on that back frame there. See if I can get it first try. All right. And it should slide down like that. And that's how it rests. These are also a great way to cat-proof a lid. So if you do have cats, these can hold, pressing pretty hard here, these can hold up to 100 pounds with no issue. This is actually a pretty big tank, so I'd say this one probably is more at the 70-pound range of that it could successfully hold it here. But if you have a more normal sized tank, it could hold up to 100 pounds. So that's the middle lid. I have two more, like I said. Here's the left side. It does have a feed door that I'll show you more when I have it up there. But how I put these on is I'll just grab both sides about a quarter of the way, from front to back, just like this. And I want to meet the back first. So again, we want to place it in this lip. There's a lip that goes all the way around. So I'm going to aim to put it on that back lip first. Just like this. And then it should just sit down in there. Something that I'll mention at this stage as well is that this is obviously a custom tank. We measured with this client. This is something kind of starting to be big now because a lot of people are getting into the hobby. If you have a custom tank, then we will help you measure. Usually the best way to do that, we'll just schedule a time with you, like 5-10 minutes. It's very simple. Right, it's very, very easy. I think that we spent a little bit of extra time with this client just to make sure that it was perfect, but usually we can knock out measurements in about 5 to 10 minutes. We have helped clients that are in their 80s that have never used a tape measure before to do measurements of their aquarium. So let that be some solace to you that we do this for a living, and that it can be a little bit daunting to take measurements if you have a custom tank, but when we started this, we didn't want that to be a barrier for people to get a really nice, custom fitting, aesthetic luxury type lid for their tank, so that it matches the rest of the setup. That's amazing. So yeah, we do walk you through that. If you need help, you can always just reach us before you order and say, hey, I have this tank. What would you guys need, and then we can help walk. Before we put the other side on as well, We have these little guys, which are kind of becoming increasingly popular for larger tanks like this. This is a food regulator cup. We've showed it on the channel a couple times. Briefly, it is a cup that just goes in the feed door. So the feed door just comes off like this. Nice. Set that to the side. And the food regulator cup just slides in. Just like that. And the purpose of this is that if you have a tank of this size, you're going from, if you want to come over here real quick, if I was feeding this, right, this whole area, I could just feed this whole entire area just like this. So it's very easy to spread out all the food throughout the tank. Same thing with the middle section, same thing with the left section. Now, this middle section does not have a feed door because the client requested that it does not have a feed door. And now the left and right side have this kind of still fairly large feed door, but you can really only feed in one spot now. So I can only feed here. So depending on what fish he has in here, this client, or the mix of fish, if there's a dominant one that kind of grabs a lot of the food, and then there's a, if there's a goby that hangs out in a corner, or a clownfish or a wrasse that doesn't come out very much, they might have trouble getting food because, when you feed right here, the big fish are going to come gobble it up. So the purpose of this is sit down in here. When you feed in this cup, you are no longer feeding in just directly in the water, you're feeding in the cup. So the big fish can't get to it, and it gives the little fish time to come get some food. Also, if you feed frozen, then this is a great, way to just throw some frozen food in here and you can walk away. You don't have to defrost it or anything like that. It'll automatically defrost, and we can show a little bit of video of that now over top of this video. Other than that, the last thing I'll say about the regulator cup is that when you have a feed door, you can always just place it right on the side here. So it does not need to, if you want to come and show this, it can actually sit inside the cup. So there were some clients in the past that they would take this, and it's pretty tight in here. They would take the feed door off and put it somewhere, and they would put the food regulator cup in here, and they'd be like, oh man, where did I put it? Right? So yeah, you can just basically put it on top here so that you don't lose it. That's also so that if you have a fish that's like small enough, like a firefish or something, that can get in the cup, because they can actually get in there and get some food, which is another benefit, so that they get their fair share. They can't jump out, right? So that would protect them. So I'll put the other side on here. Same thing. And it fits just the same as the others. We got a food cup for this one as well, so that you can feed both sides. And guys, I'm trying to think, but I think that's pretty much it. This is what she looks like with everything on top. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This has been the Planet Aquarium Mega Matrix 240 gallon. I'm hoping that we can come back to this tank here soon, to this client's place, when he has it set up so that you can see the progress of the tank. So hopefully we'll be putting up content of that later on, but I hope you guys enjoyed this and that it was informative. If you have any questions, you can always just reach us through toploods.com, which is our website. There's a live chat button at the bottom right side of the website. It's a big orange button. It says chat with us now. So you can write us in there. No need for a phone number or an email or anything, or you can leave it if you'd like. Or there's a phone number at the top of the website that you can either call or text us at. And then you can ask any questions you have or just say hi. So again, this has been Tyler with Top Lids, and talk to you soon.